Alright, fellow pilots. So, I made a video like this just a second ago. I didn't format my GoPro SD card, and here we are again. So, let's redo this. Here what we have today is we have the 200QX. Literally just came out today. Showed up at Hobbytown. I picked it up 1 hour after it showed up. So, I'm actually probably one of the first people to own a 200QX that was not part of the beta or alpha test. And actually paid full price for it in the United States, that is. So let's see what we've got included here. So first of all, you may be wondering, hey, why does this guy's video matter? Why does his opinion have any weight? Technically, it doesn't. You know, this is my personal opinion. I'll give you some background on me. I have been flying for quite some time. I've done airplanes, gliders, helicopters, quadcopters, multi-rotor, everything. Okay, so I have a QX350. I have multiple Horizon Hobby helicopters. I have multiple Park Zone airplanes. I have DJI hexacopters, DJI Phantoms. I have all kinds of good stuff. So I have my hands in this hobby quite a bit, and I would say, you know, that I'm pretty familiar about what, you know, in the opinion on what's good quality and what's not good quality. But so to get started, it comes in the nice 200QX box. Looks just like the 350QX box and the 180QX box. So down here at the bottom, it's going to tell you, hey, we've got safe mode, 3 safe enabled light flight modes. That's just like the QX350, brushless power system, and integrated LED lighting. It is $229 from Hobbytown. It's less anywhere else. I'm going to go complain to my local Hobbytown. So what was included in the box was obviously the unit itself, okay, the extra propellers, which Horizon's really good about this on quadcopters. You know, I guess they assume that you're going to want them, and they're really inexpensive, and so it's just real convenient. And so it's not costing them a lot of money, but it means more to us as pilots to have them. So thank you, Horizon, if you see my video. You also get to, now this is if you have, you know, this is your first quadcopter, your second, you know, you're not really into some big stuff. You get this Selectra, the little 2-cell charger. It does come with this little adapter here. You know, it's going to plug in, bada bing, and you got your wall outlet for it. The charge time on this setup is, I'm going to say it's quite some time. You're probably looking at an hour or more for a little 2-cell battery. It did include a tool here to take off the props, which I definitely like their design better here than on the QX350, because you don't have 4 little Allen screws. They are a pain in the butt to get off, so thank you for that. Now in the box, the landing gear, or the skids, were not attached. So that's something that was a little bit different. The skids were not attached. I had to bolt them on, I guess, so they can save room on smaller boxes. I'm not sure, but it is smaller than the 180QX box. So apparently, I don't know, manufacturer came up with that. So it does come with a 2S 7.4 800 milliamp battery. Not sure if you can see that or not, guys. Sorry, my head's probably in the way with the light, but you do get that. I'm using a high-tech, this is just a 1-screen high-tech charger. I've got it on fast charge at a 1.5 amp right now, so yeah, go ahead and send out the hate emails to me that I'm not got it charging on 0.8 amp, but it's my decision. Get over it. So one thing that I was super excited about with this, guys, is I fly with a DX9. If you don't have a DX9, please disregard about the next 30 seconds of excitement, okay? But this is the first ever model that has included a DX9 on their manual and how to set it up. So no more calling Horizon Hobby and them going, oh, you don't know how to set it up, you're a moron, because they don't have the best customer service, okay? But oh, you treat it like a DX8. Okay, well that's real easy, but this thing, I have to go to college and university and get a master's degree on just how to work it. It's not just like the DX8, guys. Sorry, it's not. Especially coming from a DX6i a couple months back. So this is really what is included. Now there was an addendum to this. Unfortunately, it's over on the couch. I didn't bring it. But there is an addendum to this, and the biggest difference is that the throttle cut is not going to be the I or the bind switch, which it is on the QX350 for the DX9. So it's not going to be your bind switch right here. It's going to be kind of your DX6i trainer switch back here in the back. That's odd, but that's because they already have I taken up by aux1, and if you were to try and use it, it's going to switch flight modes, and it's not going to cut off, and you're going to have some problems because you're not going to have it set up. So you have to try and hold on to it and unplug the battery. So please, please, please follow your addendum when you're doing this. It's going to save you a lot of hassle. It probably won't hurt your hand when you're trying to do it. Okay, so we did maiden this, and we're going to include the video here in just a second on the maiden. Dude, I'm just so happy that the DX9 and DX18 are included here. So it's fantastic. And also I want to go ahead and say that with the DX9 it was so much easier to install than my QX350. I love my QX350, my favorite quadcopter. Unfortunately it's down and out right now until tomorrow, but it was such a pain in the butt, and I had to actually get somebody that already had one programmed, and I took their little SD card out and I transferred the model because it was such a pain in the butt to get transferred there. So what we'll do here is I do have my battery currently charging, but we're pretty close to being done. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. We're going to show you how to cycle through. Keep in mind this is with the DX9. The switches should be the same as far as the DX6i. I don't know about the 4s or 5s or anything like that, or 7s or 8s. All I know is 6s and 9s. So I will I'll walk through that with you. So let's see here. Let me get the battery unplugged. We want to stop it safely. Okay, I'm going to set the camera down just momentarily. Alright. So, first thing, it does not have an on-off switch. So, let's just review the model here for a second. It's extremely fantastic plastic, okay? It's not cheap. It's not the 180QX that's just like Aries model, and it's a copy of the Aries model or vice versa or whatever, and the difference is because you get a camera with it. 180QX is crap, okay? This is fantastic. This is plastic. To be honest, I'm not sure that you could almost drive it fast enough into the ground to break the body. Now, please don't go test my theory, because I'm sure it can be done. But what I'm saying, for the quality, it looks like the only thing you'd probably be breaking would be a landing gear or a prop itself. Okay, so I'm going to say that the battery is probably a quarter of the weight, if not a little bit more than this. There is a camera module up front. You can plug in the camera. I'm not sure where you get one yet. I just picked this up today. It just arrived. First to first. I figured I'd make a video, be first on YouTube for a chance. So you have this nice little battery hatch on the bottom, and you can see on the inside you have this, the little weird connector that only small helis you're going to use, and then you've got a lot of board space in there. I mean, a whole helicopter is a board, so they really jam-packed it into a really compact size. So we're going to set this camera down real fast. Let me turn on transmitter. There we go. Throttle's not high. Good. Okay. So we will go ahead and plug it up. And you want to level it. Alright, so as you'll notice, I did not put the battery in it yet. Okay, so there's a lot of real pretty LED lights. That's fantastic. So I went ahead and leveled it so the gyros and everything could initialize. Now that it has, I'm going to flip it over. And you can do this two-handed too, but I can only hold a GoPro with one hand, unfortunately. So now this is a very tight fit. I had a problem with it earlier trying to get the battery in. You don't want to push too hard because you don't want to risk breaking your board and buying a whole new helicopter. Okay. So let me go ahead and flip it here. So you'll notice right here. I'm gonna let me scoot this over here. Alright, so we got the two here. Now, the manual for the DX9, and it looks like for everything else, the switch is probably going to be your front switch right here on the left, which is the B switch. So just like the QX350 first mode, you're gonna get a green light. Now the difference is this does not have GPS, unfortunately. So in this mode, you're going to get 70% throws. For an experienced pilot like myself, this was very difficult because I wasn't able to jerk out of situations as fast as I want to, and the 70% literally is like this, and it's real sluggish. It feels like it has 80% expo put on it out of just stock. So we'll flip to the next mode here. You notice we get a nice pretty little blue light. Okay, bada bing. This stabilization mode. It's the same thing that you're going to get from your QX350. Unfortunately, like I said, it does not include GPS lock, so you will see it drift a little bit, which you are able to trim. Now, please be reminded that it will not start up while there is trim, so you have to trim it every time. Big downfall with quadcopters, which is good because, you know, if your center of gravity changed when you start it up, it's not going to flip over on you. It's not going to break your prop. So yeah, it's a hassle, but you really can't get around it. It's not Horizon Hobby's fault. Okay, so make sure that all your trims are set to 0. Okay, so I had it trimmed a little bit with the aileron, but we got that fixed now. Now it looks like there is one more mode. It's this mode right here, and it's got that nice red light. So this is agility mode, and you hear it beeping. That beeping is like saying, hey, you're using the throttle or you're using a stick. So you'll notice when I move the stick, you get a constant beep. And then it kind of stops a little bit. And it looks like it's a little bit off trim. I'm having to move it to the left just a little bit. So there we go. So I trimmed it one space to the left. Now keep in mind, guys, this mode right here, you're not going to get any help whatsoever. It's only going to remove air interference. If you bank it to an angle, it's going to stay in that angle. You're not going to get any of that auto stabilization. You move it, it's gone. So it means it will do flips in this mode. Okay, this is not for beginners. Please, please, please wait, because you will destroy your helicopter. This is my favorite mode. It's fairly quick. I will tell you that the expo on it is like non-existent, and it turns about 75 degrees sideways in all directions, and it is very quick. It inclines at like 45 miles an hour, so it's super fast for its size. It's just like the QX350 was, and that's due to the pitch and the power of the motors that you're getting here on these blades. But other than that, it's fantastically fast. I mean, you full throttle it, it's gone. I mean, I held it for about 2 seconds, and I was probably 50 feet in the air. So 25 feet a second. I don't know if that's right. Sounds like a lot, but I don't know. It's fast. I'm just telling you. Watch the video. I'm going to post. So please watch it in that mode. So it's great for night flying, guys. You have the 3 modes here. Also, it'll start to blink slowly. If you are running out of battery, it'll give you 3. And if you crash or if you run out of battery, it'll go into something called SOS mode. And that's where this light will blink white, and it will make a beeping noise. So let's say you hit a tree 100 yards away. This is a little quadcopter. It's hard to find. But you got a white blinking light like at nighttime. You also got an audible sound, so you're able to find it a lot easier. So that's just a little extra convenience that they added. That is fantastic. Okay. So very pleased with the helicopter, guys. Would I recommend it for a beginner? Yes, I would recommend it for a beginner, absolutely. I teach flying. I teach flying quadcopters and helicopters and planes and all that. Yes, I would completely recommend this for a beginner. I would tell anybody to go get one of these. Along with the QX350, remember this is just a cheaper version, and you don't get GPS lock or return to home or a GoPro mount or anything like that. You have to use a camera that is completely compatible. But other than that, it is $229 versus the $469 for the Ready to Fly or $419 on the Bind and Fly 350QX. So let's see if we can't put it up in the air real quick right here in the. We'll try to do it in the living room here. So let's see. So the way that you get the blades to start is you bring them back to center and let go. Okay. So this is in the blue mode that I told you guys about. Okay. So it's fairly quick, fairly agile, very fast. So let's fit to green mode here. Now on the QX350 it's different because usually on the QX350 it does not matter the throttle, so it's not going to change your speed, but your altitude. That's because it has barometric pressure sensors, which this one does not have a barometric pressure sensor. So that is full stick, guys. I mean, that's full-blown stick. It's barely moving, okay? So, I mean, that's full-blown stick. So I'm not going to fly it in agility mode in the house here, but it is super powerful, super stable. I mean, once you get it trimmed, I mean, it's going to drift a little bit until you get it trimmed, but other than that, it's super fast, super awesome. Okay, and then, as I said before, you flick the back H switch, and that's going to disarm the blades, and you can recharge your battery or whatever you got going on. Now, I did notice that the board was getting a little bit hot when I was using it, so be careful with that, guys. Probably till you get used to it. I don't know if there's a known problem with that, but this is the first day it's been out, so please make sure that you are giving it a test run first, not running it as hard as you can. Make sure your board doesn't smoke up, catch on fire for that matter. Okay, so if you guys like my video, please share it. You've got a friend or somebody that's wanting to buy the QX 200 QX, definitely refer them here. Our name is XFlight 1125. We're kind of a new channel. We use a GoPro, or I use a GoPro, shall we say. And I've got my hands in this stuff all the time, so I can answer questions. You guys can teach me. Like there's a little Nano CPX sitting over there. But if you guys like it, please share, please subscribe, rate, and comment. If we get enough subscribers, we'll start doing videos regularly. And see what we got going on. Alright guys, I appreciate every one of you, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks. P.S. I know you guys were wondering this. I did call Horizon Hobby to ask them if it was going to include the vertical flight mode like it did at the show. And most of you guys may have seen the YouTube video about it. They informed me that it does not include that as of right now, unfortunately. I don't know how they plan on adding it, unless there's going to be like a V2 or something of the 200QX, because I don't know how you would really upgrade your firmware, because it's just a small, very small board, unless there is a way to hook it up to the camera jack here. Not sure, but that's my addendum to my video. I forgot to add it, guys, but it does not include the inverted flight. So if you're getting it because you saw it do the inverted flight and that's your only reason, do not purchase it. Simply, it does not exist. Thank you, guys. Go ahead. All right, so we're gonna maiden the 200QX. So keep in mind that there are 3 flight modes that are toggled by this switch. So we'll go ahead and we will fly it in low rate mode. It's green light, so you get 70% on it. Alright, so I'd like to show this right here. This is full stick. You're not hardly getting any throw at all other than throttle. I mean, you're getting a lot of throttle. Okay, so we'll bring it close. Alright, so let's land it and we'll switch modes here. Alright, so we're going to switch to stabilization mode. Alright, so this is full throw here. So you're getting a lot more out of it by doing it in this mode. So I'd like to show the vertical on it. So count of 3, we'll launch off. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's fantastic. It's so fast. I mean, it's amazing for its size. It's amazing. I mean, just look at it, just zooming around here. It's probably a little bit faster than the QX350 for its size, but. And then it also has agility mode, which we're not going to fly in right now. But it seems like it's got some pretty good expos dialed in on agility mode here, so it's not real touchy. So it looks like on the 70% mode right here, your expos are probably like 60%. On this one, your expos are probably 10 or less. So you're getting a lot of expo and throws. So we'll just do some forward flight here for a minute.